So, facts and opinions, that's more important because that's going to lead to a whole bunch of different stuff. Facts and opinions, we want to talk about the N-word. Should we still be saying the N-word? Does the N-word have as much as an impact on you as it did, say, back in the day? You know, it's more common now in songs or whatever. Do your parents use the N-word? What do your parents think about you using the N-word? So,
I don't think the N-word has as much power as it used to have. I think, like, as people of color, we always take things that are negative and we flip it around and we turn it into a positive. So I think with that, like, we took something that was used against us to hurt us and we turned it into, like, a trend.
But did we? That's the question. I mean, do you say that to people that you love? So,
yes, it can be a term of endearment in some cases.
So here's the thing. So according to The Real Black Historian, and he does a lot of research on black topics. He's on Instagram. The word nigger, which was spelled N-E-G-E-R initially, later became nigger, was founded in northern England in 1587. And it was a French who made it a popular word because nigger, negro. In Latin, is black. So, according to the Dictionary of African American Slang, the term nigger appeared as a part of the English language around 1620. Some researchers believe the word nigger was derived from different words. Nick, as in nicking a coin, and clips, which were niggling, which means to cut. So, I guess it was just a slang word back in the day. And then they started using it as a derogatory, bad. It was dogs.
Right.
It was used in comedy too. But
it's not used like that anymore. But we were talking about this yesterday.
Right.
Like so I remember the situation with the rapper that brought
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. Right. He brought somebody on stage and she started singing the words to his song and he stopped her because she was white and she said the N-word. And he was like, hold up. You don't have a pass to say that word, but
you use it in your lyrics. And
exactly.
She's your fan. And every word and every song it has nigger in it.
Right.
And then everybody's like, okay, but white people can't say that. But white people can buy your records though. And that's what you say.
Right. And many of them are the biggest consumers of your albums. You go overseas, they don't look like you, but they're buying your albums. They're singing your lyrics. So I don't understand why you feel it's okay to write those words, say those words, perform the words, but then when someone recites your lyrics, then you got a problem.
Okay, so the owner of Papa John's said the word on a conference call in May. And so now he's stepped down and they're going to take his face off the boxes and take his face off of the ads and everything like that because they're trying to disassociate themselves with him, but he's still going to be on the board of directors and all that stuff behind the scenes. So still don't go to Papa John's. But we knew that before. Last NFL season, we said we were cutting Papa John's off, right?
Well, did you know that, I think it was like 2 months ago, one of the executives from Netflix, he said it twice in a meeting. And they same thing. They were scrambling. Oh, we need to get rid of him. We have to do sensitivity training. So after he did it the first time, they said that they were going to train him, and then he did it again. And now they fired him.
Okay, well, this is the same thing that's going on with this guy
this was
from Papa John's.
June 22nd.
So Major League Baseball, I think here at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I know up at the baseball stadium, they've all cut Papa John's off for sponsorship. University of Louisville, all Major League Baseball has taken him off. So it was a mandatory marketing agency that was coaching him on ways to address sensitive topics like race because of what he said during the NFL season. So he said that the NFL protests were the reasons why his pizza weren't selling because people weren't seeing the ads, blah, 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 blah. And that's because the black people were protesting. So right there, it was like little hints and clues the dude was racist, right? And so people stopped watching NFL. People stopped eating his pizza, blah, blah, blah. So then when he got interviewed as to why he was using the N-word, you know what he said? Quote, I was just talking the way the Colonel talked. And again, shame on me, the Colonel being the Colonel from KFC. I know he was rolling in his grave like, what did I have to do with this? But I just don't understand why people still think that it's okay to say that. And it's really mainly because, like you said, we say it.
Right.
I think we kind of give people power when they say it, or the white people power when they say it, because you got to think a white person in my experiences, they really only say it when they get mad, and it's a trigger word for us. So it's like they know that it's gonna get us wild up, and that's why they use it. I feel like if we don't want nobody else saying it, we shouldn't say it.
Right. I feel that way too.
I say it, but I try not to. Like, cause I don't really agree with, like, you hear like Mexican. It's like more than black people using niggas.
Right.
I just don't agree with it.
So there was.
Like we should just
stop
getting
it.
mad about it or stop using it. And it's a big chance that a lot of people's not gonna stop using it. I can see people stop being mad about it before they stop using it.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. Like, as a screenwriter, in my dialogues, I write that. I'll write it because that's the way people talk. That's the way we address one another. So, I mean,
yeah, but you're not going to say that, and you're in a meeting with another
derogatory
But he
way.
said that was the language of the genre. So
Right,
he was at a meeting. The conference call was with a marketing agency, and the marketing agency was telling him, like, you should say that. Which, who is this marketing agency? They need to be boycotted too, or no one should go to this marketing agency. Whoever they are, I don't know what he was doing sponsorship for, but he said the genre. So I'm going to assume that it's a hip hop thing that they were working on, and what made it okay for him to say that, I'll never know.
Because it's inside of them. It's inside of certain people that use that word in a derogatory way. So just because you are an executive somewhere doesn't mean that racism doesn't exist within you. So like the communications chief from Netflix, he used the racial slur not once, they gave him a pass. He used it twice in a memo at that.
Oh my God.
So I mean, like, he didn't get it, and some people don't get it.
Well, this is a quote from James Baldwin, and this is like one of my favorite films. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I Am Not Your Negro. Have you ever seen that? It's a real, and here's a quote. What white people have to do is try to find out in their own hearts why it was necessary to have nigger in the first place, because I'm not a nigger, I'm a man. But if you think I'm a nigger, it means you need it. You know what I mean? Like,
he was one of my dad's friends.
What? Oh, I can't wait to get into that topic and when we talk about your dad and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, that just blew my mind. Like, yeah, they need that. And I know that Jay-Z keeps saying we still niggas or whatever, blah blah blah, in his songs, and people buy into that.
It's like you said, Jay-Z saying it, and it's like at the end of the day, we can't not accept the fact, like, we are niggas to them. Like, we can't just breeze over there like, oh nah, we're not niggas. Like, okay, let's embrace that, but I feel like as black people, we already doing it. We kind of change the narrative of what that means. But I feel like we shouldn't. If somebody don't say it on the other side, okay, let's not get mad about it.
Right.
Instead of keep taking offense to it, if it's not offensive to us within our community, why should we take offense to it? For somebody out on the outside, or still take offense to it.
So you think we should? So you think that?
Still giving the word power
So.
I think that's the argument, because I've heard there's a mayor of a town in New Jersey who used the word in a public meeting, and then he said to the people that got upset, he said, well, if you use it with each other, why are you getting mad if I use it? And so that's how some people are approaching it. So I think until we as a community, the black community, say that's enough, we're not going to use it, we're not going to put it in our music, we're not going to write about it, not in our films, not until we all do this together will there be any change.
Just like as a person, if you don't respect yourself, nobody else don't respect you.
I agree.
That's the same. That's kind
I
of
agree.
The same, like, as messed up as it is, everything starts on the inside, so we have to change the narrative. We can't get mad about it. Somebody on the outside is treating us the same way we treat ourselves.
Right.
And that's the only way I'm looking at it. Like, stop getting mad at these people. We giving them power
By getting mad. If the power is taken away, then why are you still getting mad?
Right.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So I remember a few years back, Al Sharpton started a whole movement. They were trying to erase the N-word, but it's not working.
But that's because it's him saying it, and nobody respects him as a leader. Nobody does what Al Sharpton says do. He lost his credibility years ago. Yeah. So no one does what he says do. Now, if somebody like Oprah went on a mission, Oprah had Jay-Z on her show, wasn't it him? And she had him on there, and they were talking about the N-word, and he said what Jay Black said, like, people we took the power away from it because we use it now, and we just don't need to have anyone validate us. If we say it, we should say it. And Oprah was just like, let's just not say it. You know, he was just saying that we take the power back, but no, we kind of don't. Because like you said, we still get mad.
So then
like,
either don't get mad or don't use it.
That's the bottom line.
And like I said, I try not to use it. I use it like when I'm talking to people, but like when I'm online and stuff, like I try not to use it because I don't want a white person feeling it's okay. They can come to me and say,
but this is
like that. Like I don't care if they're playing or they're not using it in the derogatory way. You can't. I don't want you to feel comfortable saying that to me.
Right.
I think it's the spirit behind it. Like when someone's saying it to you and they're like, you know what I mean? Like, exactly.
But this is the thing too. I say life and death is in the power of the tongue. I say that all the time. It's in the Bible. But I really believe that. Imagine if every time you said nigga, you were saying something like brother, king, queen. I know that's annoying sometimes, but think of another word then.
And I think a lot of people are using those different words now. Like,
subconsciously, what is that doing to you though? You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, when I go to New Orleans, everybody's calling me baby and love and pudding and sugar. Like I just feel so great every time I go there because everybody is so nice. So imagine if we did that to each other, period, every day. Like, yo, what's up, my boy? You know, what's up, brother? Or my favorite, something nice. What would that do to us subconsciously?
Right.
I mean, we would bring up people every day just by that one little gesture. Like, catch yourself saying it. I see a lot of funny memes on here, and I'm just like, yo, I would share that, but it says nigger. Like, I just can't do it because I just want to stop it.
I know it's me. I think the word nigga is like brother to us too.
Right.
So when you walk like, what's up, my nigga? You feel me? That's like my brother too. That's coming, you know, that's like you saying this, that, but I feel like we gotta use different words.
You gotta say it though.
Right.
Yeah, because I say, we call each other, and this is another thing. I started doing this when I moved down south. But I say bitch all the time to my friends now. And it's funny, but you could tell like kind of initially it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like caught off guard, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because I would be like, what?
I said it yesterday when we were talking about when we went to Denver.
I don't remember.
And I was like, bitch, cause blase blah.
I don't remember.
See what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I say it so loosely now, but I can see how people kind of flinch. Like, but that's relatively new that women start calling each other bitch. See, y'all been calling each other nigga for
Don't
decades.
call me that, because we gonna have some problems.
But women, you know what I mean? Like, I see more women pushing back, but it's the same thing. Like, we say it in love too, but it's just that sting.
And it's still like when a guy say it don't matter. Sometimes it don't matter.
And if you said it to us,
be offended.
Exactly.
Nobody use that between each other, but when a guy say it's just the same thing when we use nigga between us, but when a white person say it, it's like.
Exactly.
It's like, man, okay, well, y'all calling each other bitch, why can't I call you a bitch?
Right.
No,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That's how they looking at it. I can understand that's how they looking at it. You feel me?
Even when a guy says it in love.
Tell me, like, if I see between a female or her and her friends not calling each other no bitch, I'm not gonna be comfortable calling her a bitch because it's like that's not how she communicates.
Right.
You feel me? And that's how I look at it. Like, we gotta communicate how we want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So we got to change that, and each one teach one. So everybody promise for a week not to say it, okay?
I don't say it anyway.
Substitute it for
Maybe
something
sometimes.
else. I'm going to stop saying bitch, okay? I have to think of another word. I don't know what it's going to be yet. But I just like it, bitch. Yes. Whenever me and my friend get on the phone, or even if we text it, we know something went down. Like when I text.
So you better say girl. Or
but
something.
that's getting old. I'm tired of saying
child.
girl. Yeah. Like,
now see, they'd be like, what? That's so whack. She's so corny.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that. But then too, look, the gays took queen. We can't even. That's like a compliment to them, each other. You know, like a little thing, queen. Well, I don't care. We taking it back. We're gonna say queen. We're gonna say queen to each other.